See here. Here we go for first show of the year. Looking for that. That stand looks like it's riding a little high. This one here is a good level. Hey, Brian. Yeah, for some reason I still can't figure out. Does anybody know how to figure out the how to flip the image? I have to do a little bit of research in that because I just cannot seem to find out how to do that. You know, and now that I cut that they bring that up, it actually, yeah. See how to do that on the um, to see how the how to flip that switch around too. Let's see. Do schedule, category, visibility, category, thumbnail, playlist, audience, prepaid, tags, language, license, embed. Yeah. Yeah, no, that doesn't do it. Well, we're getting ready to come on. And Happy New Year, and hello and welcome to the newest edition of the Real Estate Show here in South Florida. South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, now moving forward into the year 2021. Amazing to see that going on now, and hopefully everyone had a very safe and happy and healthy socially responsible New Year this New Year's Eve last night, and yeah, this is a live show. A lot of times we run these recordings on a holidays, but nope, not this one. This is a live edition starting off the year, as we mentioned, revved up and ready to go. And so to all of you out there listening to us on AM 1470, listening to us on the FM dial at 95.3 and 96.9 on the FM dial, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of our viewers on our Facebook page. You know, you can watch the radio show now on Facebook. All you have to do is go to Facebook, search for The Real Estate Show, or just if you don't have a Facebook page, go to facebook.com/The Real Estate Show. So as normal on our Friday edition, yes, we're starting the new year at the end of the week. Can't be a bad thing. And we have our weekly wrap up. Now, the week that ended the year was absolutely just incredibly busy. And you'll see as we do our weekly wrap up, you'll see that there was a lot going on, from the brand new bill that was approved, the latest relief bill, and then we talked about on Mondays, as we always do, we sort of set the agenda for the week. And we knew from the onset, with the new bill being passed, we'd have lots to talk about here on the Real Estate Show. We were dying to dig into it. Remember, this was a very rapidly passed bill that was only 5,596 pages long. I wonder how many of our politicians actually read the whole bill. Not professing to say that I'm going to either, but I certainly will do the recap of what we were able to research and find out. Obviously, from our particular interest, the conversation that we wanted to really become familiar with, or know more about, was in reference to real estate. How did it impact and affect our real estate? So after all, our mission for the radio show for the last 22 years has been to educate and empower more of our listeners into owning a piece of the American dream, to know a little bit more, and to be able to manage, maintain, and grow your real estate portfolio. So if that's on your agenda, if real estate is part of your consideration, if you already own real estate, or if you're hoping to be able to own real estate, I want to remind all of our listeners right at the beginning of the year that, whether voluntarily or by accident, the truth is everybody is in real estate. And there's just one distinction that you want to realize, and that is that everyone is in real estate, but you're either in real estate, being an owner of, and you own a piece of the American dream, a piece of American soil, and you reap the benefits from the income that's possible from real estate, the equity that grows in owning real estate, the tax advantages that comes from owning real estate, the ability to control a large asset with a very small down payment, financial leverage with real estate, not to mention that the equity that I talked about comes from a number of ways. It comes from the growth of the market in real estate. It comes from the improvements that you do to real estate, whether it has been damaged and neglected, or whether you step into a nice piece of property and ride it up over time. Real estate has a number of advantages. In fact, I often call it the ideal investment because of all of those facets that you won't find in any other investment vehicle out there, period, bar none. And that is why more millionaires, more people become wealthy with real estate than any other investment out there. No comparison whatsoever. And the neat thing about it is, and probably one of the reasons why we're here on the air, is it's something fairly simple, which is why we always talk about the simple and safe approach to buying real estate. In fact, our radio show started out with that motto: the simple and safe approach to buying income producing real estate. And over the next month, this coming month now, we're going to talk a lot about, the advantages, the methods, the strategies on how you, no matter what your background, where you came from, no matter what your educational forming was, that real estate is accessible, it's available, and all you have to do, and I always say, I take on students and clients, and I tell them, listen, if you are two things, if you are coachable and you are cooperative, in other words, you follow the instructions and take action, coachable and cooperative, I can take anybody, regardless of income, regardless of credit, regardless pretty much of anything, and there are people out there that make good money, that don't have money, that don't have credit, that don't have income, and maybe real estate might become your income. For many people, real estate is a great way to replace the income that they need from the job they hate. And that's one of the things that will obviously be able to help you with also here on the Real Estate Show. So here's the thing. We are live Monday through Friday. We're here 5 days a week. It's like a daily class. It's like a daily dose of real estate. It's like a seminar in every episode. So in today's environment with the pandemic and everything else, being able to go to seminars becomes a lot more difficult. Everything is now either online, done virtually, or now you have to buy books and tapes and CDs and so forth. And why not tune into the Real Estate Show, whether it's on our AM station, whether it's on our FM station, whether it's on the live stream that you can get on your smart device every day. Open up an app like the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, the Spreaker app, and those are my three favorite free apps that you can download onto your tablet, onto your phone, and just tune in at 5 o'clock every day, and or at 8 o'clock. We're on twice a day, 5 days a week. And if that doesn't fit within your schedule, or if you miss one of the episodes, you can always go to our website, automaticlandlord.com. It is mobile friendly. That's right, mobile friendly. So you can go to automaticlandlord.com. At the top of the page, you'll see the real estate show. If you want to listen to us live there, you can do that. If you want to listen to any of the pre-recorded episodes, you can do that there as well on our Facebook page, where in sequential order every day, we record it, we go live, we leave it up there. It's posted. It's kind of like a daily diary of the real estate show, and you can just go back and catch any of the shows that you missed. You can binge watch, listen to the real estate show, but the bottom line is you're going to walk away with a lot more information and knowledge, and then it's up to you whether you want to go deeper. Now, to help people go deeper, we started this year a number of online workshops given the pandemic. And we talked about how we use the pandemic as not an obstacle, but as an accelerator. And so we started doing these live filmed versions of the real estate show. And we added workshops so that we could go deeper into some of the things. We got so much to talk about in such a limited amount of time when we're on the air, that for us to go deep into one of the subjects. For example, on Monday nights, we have a workshop, and we'll be doing this coming Monday, called our Equity Accelerator Workshop, where we talk about how you build equity in real estate and how you build it faster. So if you're interested in coming to that, and you would like a invitation sent to you, because it is on Zoom, so you can watch it from wherever you are, but you do need the link and you do need the password to get in. And in order to get that link, all you have to do is text to my special real estate show hotline, 561-861-2366. And you might want to put this and plug this into your phone, because throughout the week, I'll be giving out special keywords that give out reports, that give out links, that give out additional things. So all you have to do is remember, it's always going to be directed to that one phone number, 561, the area code, 861-2366. And for example, if you want to come to this coming Monday night, the Equity Accelerator Workshop, type in the word equity, text it to that number. If you want to come to the Credit Accelerator Workshop, now, as you can see from my shirt, if you're watching, build your credit with your rent. We talked about, when it comes to determining a credit score, the largest impact comes from your payment history. So having a current, correct payment history, and many of you already have that with the rent that you're paying. And yet most people are led to believe that because they're renters and they don't have enough credit, or maybe some of the other credit they had was not good, that they're ineligible. Well, this year, 2021, we are going to make 100 people publicly new first-time home buyers. And that gets into what we talked about this week. But if you're interested in learning more about how to accelerate your credit, whether your credit's way down low, or even if your credit doesn't exist, I can show you how I can create credit literally overnight. I can fix credit probably pretty quickly, faster than most people know. Put my 21 years in the mortgage industry to work for you, to help you to fix your credit, build your credit to the point where any lender would happily make a loan to you. And so to do that, what you need to do is text the word credit to 561-861-2366. And that'll be a lot of our theme for the coming week. We're going to talk about that because that's one of the 3 foundations that you need to have in order to get into real estate and then make some good progress. So Mondays, what do we do? We always start our Mondays with, so those are the 2 workshops. There's one more workshop, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, and that's our Real Estate 101 workshop. And I'll be giving out the code for that in a little bit. But Mondays, as I mentioned, every Monday we start out the week with, number 1, setting the theme. And last Monday, we talked about finish the year. We've been talking for the last 2 months about setting goals and creating a solid foundation to start with. The old saying, the fastest way from point A to point B is to be able to go, is a straight line. And I started out by saying that the first thing you got to know is, where is your point A? Well, today is day one of point A for 2021. So hopefully you did some of the homework assignments that we talked about here on the radio show. Hopefully you dug in. Maybe you came to one of our workshops that we've had when we had the big round table, the mastermind workshops, where we discussed the goals and that sort of thing. And now, so here's the next part, right? So now you know, whatever it is, this is point A of the year right now, where you are, where you sit, where you stand, whatever you have in your bank account, whatever it is that you have today, this is the snapshot of point A. And so the definition has now been made very, very clear. The second part of that conversation that we did at the end of the year was figuring out, what is point B? Where do you want to be? We talked about SMART goals, having very specific, measurable goals that you can tell exactly where you are, so that, in fact, you got to first know where you want to be very specifically, time dated, achievable, attainable, something realistic, but enough to challenge you out of your comfort zone. And so, assuming that you knew and for sure now know where you are in point A, then the next question is, where's point B going to be? And now that we have that in aim, guess what? Now we can start designing the path to get there. And we're going to be talking about that path. And I already publicly declared, one of the things is, okay, if we want to do 100 homes, first-time home buyers in a home, the first thing we got to do is we got to find 100 people that want to own their first home. And if you happen to be listening to this show and you're thinking, you know what, I would like to make 2021 the year that I buy my first home, or maybe you, the listeners, know somebody that ought to own their own home. Stop throwing your money out paying rent every month. Then have them type the word or the letters DPA, David, Paul, Alfred, DPA, and text it to 561-861-2366, because we're going to take those people and they're going to be on the list. And like I said, they just need to have two things: coachable and cooperative. And we're going to add them to our list of 100. Now, divide 100 by 12, as there are 12 months in the year. Now you know that I have to do at least 8.33, if you want to be mathematically exact. But I'm going to need to find 8 people per month that I'm going to put into the pipeline that they're going to have their home. So whether you type it in, whether you give the phone number, the 861-2366 number, that's 561-861-2366. Remember, this is all recorded, so you can always come back. Go to automaticlandlord.com, and I'm going to post that number up there as well. But we need those people on the list. So I know, and I'm going to share with you publicly on this show, that I need 8 people, new people in the pipeline, so that by the end of the year, I've got that. Now, if I do 10 in the month of January, I know I'm ahead of schedule. If I do 6 in the month of January, I know I'm behind schedule, so I'm going to need to pick it up. This is why those SMART goals, those specific, measurable, right? I can measure who I have in my pipeline going on there. In fact, I'm looking here on the Facebook page. I got Mario who's asking me, how about if this is my goal, can I do it? And the answer is absolutely yes. And this is a conversation. It's better to have one-on-one. But the point is that you got to realize, where you're starting out from. Now, if you wanted to make $1 million in 2021 and you've never made more than $10,000 in 2020 or the years before, it's not that it can't happen, right? It's not that it can't happen, but it's going to take a monumentally larger effort than what you've done in the past. In other words, the past, it got you where you are now. If you want something different going to the future, you've got to change what you did in the past and do something different and new in the future. And that's one of the things that when we sit with our clients and our mentorship students and our coaching clients, whether they be businesses or individuals, this is the first part of the process, is always going to be, where's point A, where's point B? Now let's look at the resources that you bring to the table. This so far, this is Exactly what you need to do. And I'm looking at a comment here from Marianne. She's saying, "Am I serious? I left the Alabama game." And then I don't see the rest of the comment here, but I'm guessing that I can't believe that she left the Alabama game to come listen to the real estate show. Good for you. That is a sign that you're serious, because sitting at home watching the latest Netflix series or doing the things that make us feel comfortable and relaxed, there's not the things that are going to get us out of our comfort zone, that is going to get us the things that we want that we didn't get in the past. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here. A few words from our sponsors. I want to jump in. I'm going to have to pick up the pace here and in our weekly recap here. Mondays, that was the agenda. We already covered that. We talked about what we're going to do. We talked about the credit accelerator workshop, the equity accelerator workshop, and we said that there was a new act that had been passed. We're going to talk more about that in the remaining section of our real estate show and how that affects real estate going forward. This is the time to know that. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Real Estate Show on the January 1st edition. My name is Eric Willner, and I'll be right back.
Hello.
Siri decided to talk to me. So, hey, Brian, I'm trying to figure out here on my, should we come back in a different color for the second half of the show? See if we'll make a difference there. Now, I don't know. Let's see here. I'm trying to see the rest. Let's see here. No. It says pin comment. Let's see what happens if I pin the comment. Yeah, we're going to come right back. Quick and easy. That was good. Thanks, Blake. You're watching the time as I am. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on the Real Estate Show, here for the January 1st edition, episode number 1 for 2021. And as it so happens, it starts out on a Friday. Friday is our weekly recap. We were just having a little conversation, a mindset conversation for the new year. And so far, we recapped Monday, where we talked about finishing the year, point A, point B, and the straight line in between. We talked about the workshops, our credit accelerator workshop, the equity accelerator workshop, and how you can attend those workshops for free. You just got to remember this phone number, 561-861-2366. That's 561 area code 861-2366. Text the word credit if you want to come to our credit accelerator workshop. This is a small group private workshop about credit. If you want to come to our equity accelerator workshop, text the word equity. We're having both of those next week. Equity to 561-861-2366. Now, Tuesdays, we always jump into our tools, tips, and techniques. That's what we call our Tuesday edition. Always going to talk about a tool. We were talking about some tools, the first-time home buyer programs, some programs that provided closing costs, some programs that provide the down payment assistance. And imagine if I combine those two, how much do you have to put down? A big fat zero, maybe. And it's all a matter of whether you qualify, whether you know about it to begin with. And that's what you want to do. You want to learn. We're going to talk about that in this coming week. We're going to go deeper into that. In fact, we're probably going to have a workshop on that. If you're interested in learning more about first-time home buyer programs and privileges, then you want to type in the word DPA. That's short for down payment assistance. And there's some that are short-term loans. There are some that are grants that you never have to pay back. But DPA, text it to 561-861-2366. We're going to send you an invitation to the workshop next week, and we're going to send you a bunch of information about it. Next year, I'm going to tell you that given the climate that we're in, given the supply and the demand that we have in the marketplace, given the moratoriums that are still in place, given the uncertainty of the nature of those moratoriums, the largest, biggest, fastest growing segment of next year will be first place first-time home buyers, which is no coincidence why we're talking about so much of this. And we're going to be at the forefront of that big wave. The surge, a good surge for 2021 will be that. And that's why we spent Tuesday. And if you want to get more details, I had a special guest, a good friend of mine, a longtime veteran in the real estate business, a powerhouse in the mortgage industry. At one time, he started and ran a mortgage company that had offices in all 50 states. So 30% of the market, for sure, maybe more, will be first-time home buyers in the coming year. And so DPA, text that to the number I gave out and join us for that workshop. Then we switched over into our Wednesday edition. Our Wednesday is a midweek report. And we talked about how home sales year over year were up. Home sales are going down. And why is that? Is there something looming in the market? I think it has much more to do with the affordability than it does with foreclosures. Interesting conversation there. So if you want to listen more in depth about where the snapshot of the marketplace is, then certainly tune in to our Wednesday edition. You can listen to it either on our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, or you can go to our website at automaticlandlord.com. All the archives are in both places, automaticlandlord.com. And then Thursday, which is our ATM edition, about the money. Now on Thursday, we went deeper into the new relief bill. And you will hear me complain a little bit because out of the entire $900 billion relief bill, which was, by the way, supposed to be a relief, it's the COVID-19 relief bill. And it was supposed to help relieve all the struggling tenants and all the struggling landlords and all of the struggling homeowners. And there was only 3% of that bill is dedicated to the area of real estate. Now, a large part was the stimulus check, and a large part is going to the unemployment. And of course, helping the unemployed is important. The problem is that, and hopefully that will help them to stay where they're at, but it won't help them to get new loans. And certainly that's going to be an issue that we're going to have to deal with. Credit will be an issue in 2021, which is one of the reasons why we're focusing heavily there. So each one of those shows, it's up on our Facebook page. Each one of those shows is up there on our website at automaticlandlord.com. And then, of course, join me next week live at 5, wherever you're listening to us right now, again at 8 p.m. and all the workshops that we talked about in today's show. Well, that's a wrap up for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took a little bit away if you missed any one of those days. But we're going to be off to a very fresh start come Monday. So until then, this is your host, Eric Willner, signing off, telling you to remember, drive safe, wash those hands, and let's make 2021 a great year. Bye-bye. Thank you.